This video is going to be a look at two important plays that Kyle Van Noy made in the Ravens' 37-33 win over the Rams on Sunday. In the third quarter, Rams with a 22-20 lead, Kyle Van and the football inside the Ravens' 35-yard line, about to extend the lead, possibly to 25-20 or even 29 or 30-20, were they to score a touchdown and perhaps go for two. He's had an impact in pretty much every game, starting with the first one he played in Week 4 against the Browns. He does have 6 sacks, which I think is pretty notable. Only 22 tackles, but I think that's because of the snap count that he's generally getting per game, playing about 35 snaps per game. I thought he had maybe the most important sequence for the defense on the 9th possession there, along with Roquan Smith, to be honest with you. The Ravens have forfeited a tie in the third quarter by giving up a safety on this weird missed snap, whatever you want to call it, between Linderbaum and Lamar Jackson. Allows the Rams to get a 22-20 lead. They get the football, reach our 33-yard line, and this is what Kyle Van Noy does. I love this tighter alignment here. 2-point stance still, but a flatter stance, not a stand. Early in the game, Oweh, Clowney were not in a run-stopping stance. This is what Kyle Van Noy does, makes adjustments. Now, was he told to? Does he do it himself? I don't know. I just love the solid technique. He's kicking the tight end's ass, and the tight end does not like it. One thing he's not doing, he's not jumping outside and setting the edge. He's a tighter 9 technique alignment. It's a 4-yard gain on a 1st and 10. It's a pure win from a hand domination strength standpoint. Got his hands on the inside, stands the tight end up, actually backs him up into the line of scrimmage, so much so that the tight end got pissed off by it and tried to take a little cheap shot here from behind because he got whipped so bad. Queen also incredible effort from the top side inside linebacker. Early in the game, our edge players there on that Trey Wing formation, Trey Wing meaning tight end. I mean, why do you think they're lined up here? Come on, like they're not fooling anybody. Well, maybe they fooled us early in the game because we weren't stopping it very well. Oftentimes, edge defenders in the NFL will kind of jump outside, and people will say, "Oh, he set the edge," and everybody thinks that's enough. No, where's the ball going? Where's the ball designed to go because of the scheme? Show up there. We as a staff, the Ravens staff, need to have, and I think they do have, built-in calls and adjustments to free up the edge defender and the inside linebacker and nickel defender to their side to communicate pre-snap about what they're going to do. What are you going to do? Sometimes you'll take it on like I described and set it inside. Someone else have to fill inside, and that wasn't working. It wasn't working early in the game. These guys were able to combo up and get in the face of our inside linebackers. Additionally, on this scheme here, what was happening is early in the game 3 times, outside receiver motion across. So he's gone, even though he's not gone on your screen right now. Tight end, step into the edge defender who's, quote, setting the edge, which everybody thinks is enough, and it's not. And then you got the Jill ISO, wide receiver inserting inside to go get the front side inside linebacker, combo up to the backside inside linebacker, or just duo it, meaning just double team the 3 technique and force the backside inside linebacker to get there. In this case, Van Noy destroys the whole scheme because he's stepping down flat, head on the inside here, able to see the football, hand it off, disengage from the defender. It goes down as a 4-yard gain. Queen is also involved, but it at least got them a little bit off schedule from the standpoint of it wasn't 5, 6, 7 yards where the whole playbook was available. Creates a 2nd and 6. Roquan, fantastic here. Brent Urban's over at 5 technique to the boundary, and I'm going to run this back at least one more time. Check out how far off the line of scrimmage he's lined up. I mean, the line of scrimmage is 29 and a half. Look at Urban's hand. I've seen people do this with like a 1 technique or even a 3 technique. I know a guy in West Virginia who does that stuff, and he reads it very differently than other people. But this is a 5 technique to the boundary where there's no force player outside of you. Interesting to me. And additionally, our inside linebackers had guys in their face all game constantly. There was guys comboing and working up to them, and Roquan knew here, okay, this motion away, there's 2 plays here at this point. You know, you obviously you have the potential for the boot off of it. The 2 plays is the one that I described earlier, tight end stepping out, base blocking the edge defender, Wide receiver Nakua inserting inside to go block the frontside inside linebacker, running back downhill to that side. Or the other one is motion across, reverse pivot by the quarterback, which is what you got here, and then outside zone into the boundary, trying to run underneath of that motion since you've presumably expanded some people. Roquan destroys the whole damn thing. Runs underneath of it. Beautiful play to get a tackle for loss. End zone angle, same play. It's a huge moment to stack this tackle for loss on top of the physical tone that Van Noy set. It's not just about, winning that particular play from Van Noy's perspective. It's showing the offensive staff for the Rams, like, hey, if they line them up head up there, we're not going to win that block. Additionally, I've never seen Madubuike get scooped so easily as I did at times on Sunday. I do think on this particular play, we are bringing Roquan with the motion and stepping the nickel inside to basically account for the two new gaps that have been created. I'm not absolving Madubuike of getting scooped there. It certainly looks like he is stepping flat down the line of scrimmage. When I say getting scooped, what I mean is the play's going away from him. And so he's getting combo scooped, really. So it's a little different thing than just saying he's getting scooped. If he was getting scooped, this guy's just working to the inside, not getting help from the guard. In this case, he's clearly getting help from the guard, who's then going to work up, try to go get to Roquan. As it stands, Roquan reads it, attacks downhill, tackle for loss. Awesome moment, creates this 3rd and 7. Say, what are we waiting for in the first half? Why didn't we do some of the stuff in the first half? But I digress. 3rd and 7, we bring pressure with Van Noy. The versatility, I think, is on full display. Van Noy to the boundary. Queen and Roquan lined up inside. Both of them are blitzing. Huge moment. Tackle for loss on 2 consecutive plays. I said it in a reaction video. I was kind of expecting a penalty here. This helmet to helmet, these calls that the refs are making in some of these high leverage situations are ridiculous, if you ask me. But prior to this sequence, I don't remember another TFL other than our sacks. Madubuike had a sack. I forget who the other one was that had a sack. Travis Jones. These two is 2 tackles for loss consecutively. That's what the run game was doing for the Rams. Low risk, getting 3, 4, maybe 5 yards with no risk of losing yards. It's an old school mentality. It still works, if you ask me. But nonetheless, Van Noy making a beautiful read, beating the tackle who pass set for a moment, and then Van Noy is able to see the back, jump to the outside. Tackle's trying to get to him. It's a race. I think Roquan sees something. He looks like he's being held by the offensive lineman's left hand there. Roquan sees something, but look, if Van Noy's not there, potential for the running back to catch the football and get some yards. How many other guys are this versatile that they can physically dominate a tight end on 1 rep and then recognize the screen, get out there to it? He's a unique player. He's just a unique player. I remember when we signed him doing a video. I'll link it up in the description here. This is what he's done for his whole career, for real. This one, Daryl Johnston covered it well, that it forced a punt because it pushed the Rams out of field goal range. And that's an interesting stat or something to track. Who are the guys who do that consistently? I don't know. Kyle Van Noy might be one of them. I know he's made plays in high leverage situations for a long time. This particular instance of 2 plays and sandwiched around Roquan's tackle for loss helped us get the football. Lamar took care of the rest, getting us downfield to take a 23-22 lead. We know how it unfolded from there. Since Van Noy showed up, man, this is what he's done. Week 6, spin against the left tackle for the Titans. I mean, what? This is the same guy who defends the run so well that I think when he's in the game lined up to the tight end side, there's teams that avoid running it to that side because we're setting him over there. But he's a versatile player, man. Drops out in coverage. 3rd game of the year after not going through training camp. Drops a spin move on Nicholas Petit-Ferreira for the sack. Him and Clowney, I thought, were clutch down there late in the game. Week 4 against the Browns, great timing on this pass deflection. Shown this one a couple of times. It's a 3rd down. He's just got that awareness that in the middle of the play, he came to us as like a pre-built computer that had all the components, solid components installed. And as soon as you hit the power button, everything starts up. He makes plays in big moments like he did for years. with the Patriots. I fully expect him to do things like this in the playoffs when we need someone to. He's just that guy. Week 12, 3rd and 1 against the Chargers, I think third quarter. This is ridiculous. They motion across. We don't account for it. The timing and the athleticism to get up here is the thing that's most notable for a guy 33 years old, didn't go through training camp. We can deploy him anywhere. We can deploy him to a tight end side and win. I would say 80% of the run plays that I've seen to his side when he's lined up against a tight end, absolute wins. He also drops in coverage expertly. Does a great job of getting in windows, as you see there. This is probably my favorite play of his from 2023 against the tight end. Marlon's reading the tight end. When that tight end steps to Van Noy, he's folding outside. This is predetermined to let Queen work to that side. I think they're playing backdoor technique with Madubuike, and I think that's why Queen is communicating with him right now. But watch what Van Noy does to this tight end. Just stands him up. And the edge is right there. Top of the numbers, 1.5 yards inside the top of the numbers. Henry inside, Van Noy folds inside. Madubuike playing backdoor technique. They just condense the gap. They're both there along with Humphrey. It's a brilliant football player, man. It's a great signing by us. We've got so much depth there. Malik Harrison was on the field on this particular play. Tavius Robinson, Owe, Clowney, all of those guys can rotate in. He's a physical guy. Fun player for me to watch. I'll be honest with you. I hope we resign him. I know that sounds crazy. We got Ojabo back next year and Owe. I would like to see Clowney and Van Noy both brought back. They don't look like they're running out of gas to me. We're not gassing them out because we're not playing a ton of snaps. Van Noy did this last year with the Chargers. When we signed him, he had 5 sacks in his – I did a video talking about he had 5 sacks in the last 5 regular season games of 2022 with the Chargers. He looked like he was ready to contribute, and sure enough, he shows up here with us, and he's contributing. Let me know what you think of the Van Noy signing, how he's played for us this year, and particularly the possession, the 9th possession, where I thought he just took over, sandwiching 2 great plays around the tackle for loss by Roquan Smith that really set the Chargers off track. Appreciate you guys' time.